You know I got to stay high, keep receipts for alibis. Enemies they eat from drive-bys ain't mine, cause mine's a suit disguise. As I swoop the skies high off that booty tie, mixed with cushion of purple hairs, they got me.
What up, though? This your boy DOC, and I got a very special guest on the line, a legend. If you want to go ahead and introduce yourself and where you from.
Brotha Lynch, I'm from Sacramento, California.
Yeah, this is motherfucking Brotha Lynch, a.k.a. Co-Hanger Strangler, a.k.a. Spider-Man. I'm a motherfucking nut, nigga, that nut type of stuff. Usually when times get rough, shit, I start to thinking. If you want to test the spits, better start to thinking. Say the alphabet's backwards fast, or find you a brand new dome. A criminal-minded nigga that got Kevs in his nine. So head to the east side, cause it's red rum time.
Word, man, I greatly appreciate it once again. First, I want to start off because you just got done finishing up the Kevlar album. Have y'all set a release date yet for it, or are you able to say like when it's going to actually come out?
I know it's going to be early 2019. Right now, I'm mixing and mastering, so hopefully, you know, somewhere in the first 3 months of 2019.
Word. Now, I know on the Season of the Sickness, you said that you produced, mixed, and mastered that particular project. Did you do any of that on this particular project, or you got someone else doing it?
I'm doing it again. This is the first time in years, though, because I did those 3 years with Strange where they had all that in place. But now I'm on my own label, Made Sick Music, so I'm doing it all myself again. Plus, I finally did some production on this album, where that was kind of gone when I was signed with Strange. You know what I mean? So I'm back at that.
Right. You like it better that way?
Well, I mean, it gives me more time, you know what I mean, to really, like, even though I love Strange music, they had a time frame that they had to hit because they had, you know, all the artists. So, you know what I mean, it was harder then. I did it, but it was harder. Now I get to really take my time and perfect my lyrical craft.
My love don't get you. I got that U.S. military issue. Had the plant when in your brain and get away. If I'm caught bleeding insane. A couple of down-ass top notches I used to know. Had a spot. I was good for 4 days off yakking chronic and making a plot. Cause murder was the case when I saw his face.
Because I wanted to come lyrical, because telling those 3 stories, that 3 trilogy story, that was kind of hard to keep lyrics going hard, you know what I mean? So, because you're telling the story, it's kind of harder. And you had the time frame, but this time I had the time frame.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? I had enough time to do what I had to do, and got enough time in to get some production in this time.
Word. You prefer, I wouldn't, for me from the outside looking in, to consider the Strange music thing still indie, but I guess this would be, you say, your own label. How do you like the experience doing everything fully yourself? Is it harder, like, from this date and age with all the streaming compared to, like, back in the day with the selling the CDs? Because, you have sold millions of CDs, you know what I mean? So how do you like the transition of the times now?
I obviously wish it was back in the 90s where they have to go buy the physical copy. But, physical copies are good right now for touring, you know what I mean? But, back in the day when they had to go buy the CD, it was more rewarding for me.
Yeah. Now, and the next project that's set to come out is called Mood?
Yeah, after Kevlar.
And you already, how far along you say that you are into that?
I just started the production on it. I'm going to produce that full album myself because it's a 2-album trilogy. Like I did for Strange, I'm bringing back the Co-Hanger Strangler, Man of Electra. So I got to take my time on that one, so I'm going to start it early since my tour ain't coming up until next year. So I got a little time to get that started.
Right. And I know you just released the Christmas, the Lynch Who Stole Christmas, and that's available on all digital platforms.
Yeah. It was just a little teaser because I've been taking so long to come out because of the move from Sacramento, California to LA. So I had to give them a little teaser before I go into 2019 with this Kevlar album.
Bitch, I'm coming down your chimney, I'm looking for you. Bitch, I'm coming down your chimney, I'm looking for you.
Don't know that I know where you.
What was the initial decision behind, you know, leaving Sacramento to go down to LA?
It's more people focused on music out here. I mean, just the energy. And plus, I had been in Sacramento my whole life since I was born. So I needed to change, see if I can get a different headset, you know what I mean, state of mind.
Yeah.
You know, so, and it's working out so far.
How did the process come along for you to end up doing, you know, or going to do the Twist and Insane, you know, tour that's supposed to be coming out in, you know, I believe it's the springtime of 2019. Like, how did that end up coming together for you guys to put that in the works?
Well, we always wanted to do a tour together. We tried to put something together last year, but he had already toured a lot of the areas we were going to hit, so they didn't want to take the chance. But so we decided, well, let's just go ahead, because we got an album that we're going to start working on too. So we might as well just do the album, and then later on next year, 2019, go on that tour.
And I seen, you know, kind of looking into everything that's been going on, I see you got like 2 shows that's going to come out. If you want to like kind of break both of them down, one is called Now Eat, and another one's A Man's Opinion. Like, what's the topics and how those shows, what's going to be in tune for the people to look into that?
Well, Now Eat is me and my wife's cooking show. It's just going to be a YouTube thing. And then, you know, I kind of, and then the next one, I'm kind of just breaking down the rap game, the difference from the 90s till now, in the opinion YouTube deal. So, yeah, it's just 2 shows I've been working on, and I got a lot to say about, especially the switch from the 90s to now. You know what I mean? And what people are getting away with and what they're not getting away with, and how people one hitting, quitting, and all that type of stuff.
Right. Do you, I'm assuming that you like the 90s better now, like you said, with the physical CDs being more rewarding and stuff like that. What's like the cons of now, you know what I mean, compared to then, as still an artist that's been striving throughout this whole era to you? Like, some of the topics that you feel like people getting away with now, what would be some of the things that you may speak on?
Well, copying a lot of the stuff sounds the same. Woo, woo, you know what I mean? Like, yeah. I mean, I think everybody is desperate trying to get money, because they don't know how long they might be able to last in the game. And they're doing what's hot, which I understand too, you know what I mean? But when too many people get to doing it, I mean, it kind of sounds repetitive. That's why everybody going hard on the mumble rappers, you know what I mean? Because, like, I don't know, it could be jealous people going in on them too, because they getting their little money, and it was harder to do that in the 90s.
Right.
You know what I mean? So, but I want to talk about that and try to have both sides of the perspective on it.
Yeah. You think you may, like, bring different people on as well to have a conversation with?
Well, that's the plan. You know what I mean? We're going to start off slow.
Yeah.
Hoping to blow up my YouTube. My YouTube is youtube.com, Brotha Lynch, Platinum Artist. You know what I mean? So we're hoping to blow that up with these 2 shows, and hopefully release a little mini movie on there that I'm writing. And then I also got my movie with the called Season of the Sickness, about my rap career, that I'm working on too.
Word. That's dope. Like, being an artist, do you think, like, with all the, some people call it trendy, and, like, kind of going back to what you were just saying, do you think it's the artist just not being original, trying to take the easy route, or do you think it's like the labels and stuff pushing this, because like how when the ringtone people was making the quick stuff and it's still kind of going on to this day? You think it's the labels pushing it, or just artists being lazy with their craft?
I think it's 50-50. I think partly they're doing what they like, and which is that right now, and partly the labels, they always, even in the 90s, that pushed you to do what was hot, you know what I mean? And then some rappers like myself went a different route. But I mean, a lot of youngsters, they don't really know like the game. I didn't either. You know what I mean? So if these labels is telling them do it, I'm thinking they're gonna do it, and that's why you hear a lot of it right now. Everybody's in these phases where it's hitting right now, do that. You know what I mean? I never was like that because I always tried to have my own stuff and something unique, and I just feel for them.
Yeah.
But I mean, who could be thinking at that age? I did a lot of dumb stuff when I was younger, so can't blame them.
Did it take to get around, like, did it just take you to have to, like, go over your own speed bumps in the game to learn, or was it getting around different maybe artists or CEOs to start soaking up the game, or did you just have to, learn everything on your whole journey as you went?
Well, most of the journey, yeah. I dealt with the black market stuff. That was the bumps and the hoops and everything that I was going through, and the courts and all that. You know what I mean? But, at the same time, the owner of Black Market Records was learning too. So, you know what I mean? So we both, like, we're happy off our little minimal success we had, but we were both learning, and that's how we clashed. And I just couldn't take it no more. It's like, this is my life. I always knew that I wanted to be a rapper since I was 13. And, I'm not good with 9 to 5s. I'm not saying they bad or nothing. I'm just not good with 9 to 5s. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
So.
Yeah, because I as I was researching, I was seeing that you said that you never had a job, and was it around 13 years old when you ran across the song that ended up making you get to writing? I'm trying to think of the name of it.
Well, it was. I mean, this is probably almost every rapper from my time. It was Rapper's Delight, really.
Rapper's Delight, yeah.
Yeah, Rapper's Delight. I learned all those lyrics and put 2 tape recorders together, recorded with one, and had the beat playing out the other. And I rapped that rap and played it back. Once I played it back, I was like, maybe I could do this. So I started writing at 13. Didn't really drop anything until I was 22, which is 24 deep. But those were the ropes I had to climb, not knowing that I was going through a whole bunch of stuff with Black Market too. So I went through a lot of downs before I got the little bit of success that I got right now.
Right. Did you, the style that, and you have, you went through different phases, especially, doing different collaborative efforts with the strange music, your own. Because I've seen, I heard you say, you wouldn't categorize yourself for like horror rap. You would consider it like rip gut. For instance, like for the audience that may not be familiar, like what would be the definition of like rip gut, or how would you explain that?
Cannibal rap.
Word. And
cannibal rap. That's the only 2 words that really describe. And I really don't have a style. I try not to have a style. Like you see with Strange, it was changed up. A lot of people was like, well, where's that season of sickness? And, I try not to have a style. That's what people didn't know about. It's a style. I wanted styles. You know what I mean? Like if you in a rap battle, you got to come different every time. That's what I wanted to do with my albums. Right.
And that's basically like how you even got your name, was from battle rapping, like back during that time as a kid.
Yeah. My brother used to always say, my brother Lynch, you know what I mean? And that's how I became Brotha Lynch. But he be, ripping rappers up, you know what I mean? So it was a controversial name, Brotha Lynch hung at first because of, the past.
Yeah.
But people kind of accepted it, you know what I mean? So I ran with it. Plus my brother gave me the name. So everybody started calling me Brotha Lynch. Yeah. And I just slapped the hung on there myself.
Just to put it on there?
Yeah, it just looks better to me. Brotha Lynch looks half done, you know what I mean?
Yeah. Now, during that, after the Black Market and eventually, plugging with Master P, like, how was that experience, and how did y'all actually run across each other? I know you said you had a connection through Priority already, but like, how was that whole experience dealing with Master P in that process?
I got that nigga for about 4 zones.
Why's that?
Had to get dirty though.
What happened?
Left him in his driveway soaking wet, sold to 6'4".
Why?
Couldn't keep it no more, that motherfucker was filthy. More dead bodies than been in that trunk than the cemetery and the mortuary.
Well, I didn't really have to deal with him too much. Dave Weiner was at Priority Records. Then he did most of the negotiating. And at that point in my career, that was the most money I had ever been paid for just a song. You know what I mean? So he did most of the dealing. And next thing you know, he called me and said, Master P wants you on his movie soundtrack. And I was like, wow, really? And he said, do you got some production? I said, I could produce. But I had never produced, anything like for nothing major before. So Dave was kind of, all right, you sure you could do it? I was like, yeah, I could do it. I've produced all the albums that you guys putting out for me right now. Mm-hmm. He didn't even know that at the time. So he was like, we'll do it. I sent it in. Master P loved it, shot me over a bag, and it was from there. And that to me is when my career started. Master P really, well, Priority obviously, but Master P, when that song came out, that's when everybody outside of California started noticing who I was.